This guy's Instagram handle is meet_the_man_with_smile. You know what? Now, and he's got, dude, you have a con artist Instagram profile, by the way. It says Aditya Bhavsar. Thanks for coming on the show, by the way. Aditya
Thank
Bhavsar.
you so much.
It says success coach, host, author, CEO,
Oh,
philanthropist.
come on.
But this is who this guy, you went to see Tony Robbins.
You went to see Tony. Tell us about Tony.
Are you using some of these tips over there or what?
What's going on?
No, actually, about the Instagram profile, I'm not much active on any of the social media platforms, so it hasn't been updated since quite a long time. So yeah, those things are just there since they have been put in for the first.
It's funny.
time.
I didn't even notice it until now. But it's like you were in the game and you got out, basically. Like you've learned and you've gotten out of like trying to be. It almost looks like that if you're saying like you're not using any of this. Yeah, you should probably try going back to a regular thing. You know.
Like, yeah, I mean, I was about to go in, but probably it just didn't happen. And at the moment, I just run a digital marketing agency, and yeah, that's basically it. And we provide content marketing services to clients from across the globe. So,
great.
Yeah.
Okay. Sales pitch enough. Can I ask you about this Singaporean Tony Robbins concert here? Rock star thing. Did you do the firewalk?
Yeah, I did.
Exciting.
Did anyone burn their feet at the Tony Robbins?
Yes, there were a couple of people who had blisters. One of them was a guy who was from Indonesia. He was living in the same hostel which I was a part of. So he got, the other day I saw him, he was walking kind of wickedly. So, he got blisters on both of his legs.
Whoa, you just went to this? I thought you went there like a year ago. You just went to Tony Robbins like a month ago or something, or a week ago?
No, it's 2000.
No, he's saying the guy walks weird
September.
now. You're saying the guy walks weird now after Tony?
No, only that morning he was unable to walk in a normal way. So I
just the morning.
Yes.
Okay, cool. It sounded like you saw him like last week and he was still limping. It's like, damn, dude.
No,
it's blisters.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
they were blisters. And honestly, I also walked through those coals, but I'm not sure whether they were 2000 degrees Celsius hot. They marketed it that way, but I don't know. It could have been just that they are brainwashing, or I would say they are just telling people that it's 2000 degrees Celsius hot, and it is not, maybe. And because probably 80 to 90% of the people, they just went through it seamlessly.
Yeah, they're fine.
Wow.
So yeah, so
I'm
not sure what that could be.
Yeah. Because I have a question. Because it seems like it depends how you prepare the coals, right? Because at some events everybody's fine, and at some events people have like third-degree burns on their feet.
Yeah.
I saw one Inside Edition where they're like, "Hey, only 7 people out of 5,000 needed serious medical attention. What's the big deal?" So, in your experience at Tony Robbins' concert, like, what was the thing? What was the push for the coals? Was he like, this will change you because you're facing your fears? Was he like, if you just believe it, you won't get burned? Like, what's the idea here?
Okay, so there are two things here. First thing is that why do people would want to run on, let's say, 2000 degrees Celsius cold? So it is just that like, it is a metaphor for life that, if you can do that, you can do anything else that you're passionate about. That is what that's the objective behind running on those hot coals. And sorry, what was your main question?
Well, wait, but I'm stuck on this. Metaphors are not things you do; they're just metaphors, right? So if I say like a metaphor for my YouTube channel is that it's plummeting to its inevitable death, I don't go jump off a building though, right? Because it's a metaphor. It's like a thing that I use to think about my YouTube channel. I don't actually go do it. Why are you guys doing the metaphor?
Yeah.
Well, Tony might be having an answer for this. I mean,
I'll ask Tony.
But he didn't prep you on it. Like what got you to go to the thing? What got you, like, were you pumped to go run on fire? Like, in your mind, are you thinking like, if I run on the fire, then I'll ask ask Pooja on a date next week.
No,
If I can run on that fire, then I can walk across the
Who's
cafeteria
Pooja?
and I'll
Who's
tell Pooja
Pooja?
how I feel.
Who's
I don't know.
Pooja?
I'm just making up a name. I'm just giving
Okay,
a
go.
name.
You're riffing. Sorry.
I'm riffing.
I
It's a
should
girl's
made
name.
it
It's
riff.
like someone. So a crush. It's a crush, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so okay, so you're asking that what made us run on those hot coals. So it is like they prepare us for the entire day. Or what they do is they get the energy of the room at its highest peak.
Yeah.
And then they tell you that make a move, and it's like you design your own moves. Like for someone it's just like a clap, for someone it's just they do this in
Power move.
Is it a Tony Robbins
kind of
clap?
It could be anything. It could be just unique to you. By the way, I like that Amish smooth, this one.
You like that? Hey, I've been doing Dance Marshall, and Dance Marshall, he just does these great dances, and they're all great power moves. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
It's a good time.
So it's just like they do this all day. They bring you in a peak state, and then they tell you that make your move again and again. So when you're standing in front of that hot coals, they tell you make your move again and then walk on those coals.
Make your move.
Yes, so
Wow.
pretty much everyone is absolutely confident enough that that they'll be able to make it through. And 80 to 90% they do.
I have a question. Yeah, first of all, that's
Sure.
a great hit rate, 80 to 90%. I think that's solid. If it's 80, 90%, you just do it, right? You just jump off a building, 80, 90% live. So my question is, there's an old quote from Sifu where he says, if Sifu was standing if you were on the edge of a cliff and Sifu said jump, would you do it? And everybody
Absolutely
says
not.
yes. Everyone says yes, of course, Daddy Sifu, of course I would do it. If Tony Robbins, if your energy's hyped up and Daddy Tony gets everyone at the edge of a cliff, he's like, it's a breakthrough, guys. It's a breakthrough. Jump off this cliff now. 90% survival rate. Would you do it? And how many people do you think would? I know the answer is not zero. I know for a fact the answer is not zero.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he has done this. I'm saying he could. He wields that kind of power and he enjoys it.
And people have, the cult leaders have, like the Kool-Aid. It comes from Jonestown, I think, where they all drank Kool-Aid and said, we'll all die and go to this thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Poison Kool-Aid. So
how many people do you think would do it?
Probably a good number of them. They would do it, but at the same time, there are people who are more. When it comes to, let's say, Tony, there are people who are more mature, who have been through, who actually read a couple of books. That's my perception of an ideal prospect of Tony, and so I think they'll be more considerate while making decisions, such impulsive decisions.
Yeah, they would make impulsive decisions like walking over.
Well, you get
2,000
jacked up
degree
though. I heard it's
coals,
a
right?
good time.
I mean,
I heard it's rock and roll.
I'm just saying. Oh, I'm sure it's a great time.
Yeah.
I'm sure the plummet is exhilarating. I'm sure as you're falling, you're like, Tony.
Well, that's why people do the skydiving. I got to do that still. I got to do a parachute jump. But yeah, no, that's crazy to jump off a cliff. But this firewalk, I heard that it's jacked up. It's like go, 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 and then you run to that fire, and that's it. You're like jacked up to do it, actually. So you just get kind of caught up in the brainwash. You get a little riled up.
You can say that that's one way of describing it. In fact, there were people who were doing it twice, thrice, and yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
like,
if one of them got burned, if one of them got burned, I don't feel it. If one of them got minor burns, I kind of feel like, okay, well, you went 3 times, didn't you? You ever seen those guys?
No.
This is this is wild though, dude. And then how did he sell you on it? Who got you from the internet? Like, what's the process? What's the sales funnel of a Tony Robbins from the internet to him?
That's an interesting point actually. I had been reading his books initially. I have been an avid reader. I've read a lot of books, not only from him but a lot of other authors like Jim Rohn, etc., Sadhguru as well. So that was probably the first touch point. I would say. Then I started watching his videos, and then the funny thing about this is you never know that you are being brainwashed. For instance, let's say their advertisements, or let's say their teasers of their shows. What they promise you is they promise you abstract things like even if you think about any other guru that we have been talking about here, they promise you abstract things like freedom, happiness, wealth, etc., etc., and that's how you get brainwashed. I believe it's a way of marketing because if you think about it, let's say if you watch a ad for a car, what do you see? An advertisement of a car promising you. Well, you would see car advertisements promise happiness. They promise freedom. They promise a sense of joy, fulfillment, etc.
Right.
And still we know people who are late on their EMIs of car. We know people who are unhappy sitting in their cars, etc., etc. So it's a whole process of marketing. We cannot only blame these fake gurus because that's their way of marketing.
Pull up that mic a little closer to the mouth. Pull it up right close. As close as, yeah, there you go. There you go. That's a lot better. No, I agree. There's a lot of advertising that's lying, right? But
Edward Bernays.
But there's also different impacts of what that advertising does, right? So it's like, depending on how vulnerable the group is, the predatory or the deceptive advertising becomes predatory. So if you advertise snake oil medicine, that's a lot more predatory than advertising like a cup that will promise you happiness. It's like there's only so much that ad will ever do. But if you promise someone that you have a magic pill that cures cancer, that's a different thing. So I also feel that way about wealth and like, oh, you're miserable? You'll pay anything to get out of that, right? So like, I'm going to promise you fulfillment and happiness and transformation if you go to a Tony Robbins concert. And that's the part that I find to kind of be, questionable. Listen, I don't think Tony Robbins is by any stretch the worst offender. I find him interesting because, if anything, he's a person that a lot of people think, oh, this guy's clean, whatever. But if you look at him, he shares a lot of similarities with other people like James Ray Arthur. The idea that one of the things that this lady said is she said that her daughter was told to play full on the entire time. And like, you need to not stop. You need to keep going. You need to push yourself harder than you ever have before. Well, she ended up doing that and dying. I've heard Tony Robbins in the Netflix doc. He goes, I need you guys to play full on for 7 days. Walk across the fire, do all this kind of crazy stuff. That's very similar. No one's died at a Tony Robbins thing. Yeah. They burned their feet, got ambulances called, but I guess
that's smarter in that sense. Like he's not doing something that you could even die at, really. Like there's guys.
Yeah, you're not gonna die. You're not gonna die at a firewall.
Burn your feet.
Yeah. Worst thing.
Jumping off the cliff, poison, the tent. Like these are very much more dangerous situations. And that's another thing is like James Ray Arthur. Like, guy, just make up another activity, idiot. You just need a writer or something. Like he just needs a writer to be like, okay, well, how else can we do a metaphorical ego death? Oh, I don't know, falling catch exercise. It doesn't even work that well. And that's that's the other crazy thing. Like, I mean, how well would you say this works? Like, you went in, does he make him do this thing where he goes, okay, write down the thing that you'll overcome. Okay, great. Now that is on the fire and you're going to overcome the fire and you're going to overcome this thing. Was there anything like that? And was that thing successful? Like, how successful is this technique even?
Well, it's nothing more than giving yourself a confidence pump. I mean, that's what it does. Like, whenever you are, let's say, feeling low or anything, you just think about that day, you walk through fire, then probably what you're going through isn't as much, let's say, as big as walking on fire. Yeah. It's just like the extreme.
Yeah.
This is another one we can thank Oprah for, actually.
Yeah, and
Oprah, there's a famous clip of her walking on it.
Well, let me also say this, guys. Say this. There's a whole market for people who want to transform their lives and whatever. And that's basically what Tony's promising. But what I also want to say is Tony also stimulates the economy with jobs. Did you guys hear about that? Did you see this?
Oh, yeah.
Tony Robbins. So I found this. Sorry, this is something called backstage.com.
Uh-oh.
And it says commercial for Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. The guys are offering work to people. This is real.
Hey.
Look at this.
Can I audition?
Expires March 10th. Guys, get in now. It hasn't been filled.
I'm an actor.
Listen.
So I'll check it out.
It's a mastermind. Mastermind.com.
Okay.
Seeking 2 African-American voiceover actresses who can speak with an accent.
People of color.
Fake or real. They want you to speak with an accent, fake or real.
I was like, oh, people of color.
They're trying to. They're like, hey, we need this to be ethnic, and it doesn't matter if it's real or not.
Wow.
How weird is that? They're
That's-
stimulating
okay.
the economy by going, hey, can you fake it though?
They couldn't just go on Fiverr, right? Because Fiverr, someone has an ad up that literally says, I do that accent, and I'll say anything in that accent. $5, guys. $5. But no, they want to simulate the economy.
Yeah. The
What's
fake
the
or
pay?
real, the fake or real kind of pisses
That's
me
so
off.
funny.
That's like goofy. That's real goofy.
No, you can't do that in real acting shit now. Like if my agent sends me an email, they would be like, oh, sorry about that. I'll send it right back. Like they would never allow this in
Production
real
states, if you can fake a good accent, that is okay. It doesn't matter where. Look, if you can pretend like you're from, like you're like, you have a thick accent, that looks really good for Tony. Tony needs
that's so
that.
funny. Yeah, Tony needs that.
He needs
Tony
that. If you can fake it real nice,
Yeah.
he'll pay you a lot of money.
No, they like getting Indian guys too because it's endearing. Like at these pickup artist events, they'll bring up one Indian guy up and they're like, I never have girlfriend. And then they're like, oh, dude, like, let's just help this guy out. You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to get mad? So you get a guy from Africa. He's like, I was starving. I had nothing. And now it's like, guy, you're just taking advantage of it even more.
Hey.
So what's the pay on this though?
It doesn't. Oh, no pay. No
Creating
pay.
jobs.
Oops. Tony Robbins and the
Fiverr.com.
gurus. Listen, there's just no pay. See, Amish, we need you to fake the accent for Tony. Do it for Daddy Tony. Have you walked across the fire? We need you to walk across the fire, fake an accent. Do you have a backstory? Don't worry about that. We'll give you the backstory. Shut your mouth. Okay, we'll give you the script. No pay, though. To be clear, have you heard that it's unpaid? Trying to stimulate the economy with an unpaid. Can you think about the opportunities of exposure that Tony Robbins will give you?
Hey, can I talk to my agent? Can I talk to the union?
No!
You mind if I have a quick talk? No, you don't think I should
No
talk to the
pay.
union?
Nope. Hey, you talk
That's
to the
literally
union,
what I
you're
do.
dead!
Yeah, that's what I do, eh? Whenever I get a nonsense acting job, I remember there's been so many people that are like, "Come on, man, come act in my commercial," and I'm like, "Yeah, my agent's number is this. I'm in the union, so they'll charge $1,000 a day." Oh no, okay, bye, thanks.
Bro,
can't
what
do it.
is this?
That's a great
dude?
thing. Joining the union, I'm like, can't do it. Union, can't do any of this shit. What is this nonsense?
Man? What is this nonsense?
Honestly,
right?
I want to do it though. Is it African only, or can I do?
It's
an Indian accent?
mastermind.com, the new way to sell what you know online. Guys, these guys are rich. And they're saying, pitch us, we won't pay you. Unbelievable. Look at Dean and Tony.
They're saying they're rich.
Stimulating the economy with exposure, baby. Hey.
Exposure, that exposure stimulant.
Dude, the exposure stimulant's strong, man.
That's so sad. So, tell us, dude, what was the advertising like for this? How'd they get you in? How'd they bring you in? And while you tell that, I'm just gonna go to the washroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh,
but tell us how they brought you in.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Amish can't wait to hear, but go ahead and say it while he's not here, because he can't
Absolutely.
wait to hear it. Go ahead.
So yeah, I first started reading his books, and then later on I watched a couple of his videos, and then it got me interested in this guy, and then later on, in more or less in most of his videos, he used to intelligently add let's say something like, come with us, join one of our programs, either be it UPW, Date with Destiny, business mastery,
Right.
or yes, and we'll teach you more of it, and but if you think about it, let's say Unleash the Power Within.
Mhm.
The entire event is just a brief summary of his two books, which is Awaken the Giant Within and The Unlimited Power. If you have read those books, there is absolutely nothing new in that seminar, except for a couple of commercials that you get to see when you are there.
Now, how much did that seminar cost?
Around $600 for a general ticket, and the highest one could go up to $2,000 as well.
So you're basically paying $600 to $2,000 for $2, but kind of.
You can say that.
Yeah, kind of. But you know what? The part of it is that, look, if people want to experience it, that's one thing. Do you think the experience was worth it for you?
Yes, I think yeah. If you think about it from a perspective of, let's say, experiencing the event, then it is absolutely something that I would be cherishing for the rest of my life. But if you go there to learn something new, there is no rocket science there. It's already there in his books. It's already there in his videos. Just watch 20-30 of his videos and 2 books. That's it. Nothing new.
So it's more like it sounds like it's just like going to a rock concert. It's an experience. It's fun. You probably have a great time. You rip and dip. You might, have some weird trip.
Things.
You might burn your feet, but it's not about the learning. It's more about the experience.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't read his books, then there are absolutely a lot of things that you'll get to learn. But if you already have, then there is nothing new in there.
Wow, interesting. The books are the sales funnel, I guess, because they are kind of like selling. They just put that out essentially for free. Like, I don't know who's paying for Get the Edge at this point. Someone gave it to me, and you can just download them all on YouTube now. Get the Edge, that program of Tony Robbins. He also has the 30 days of 30 days to power or whatever, the main program, the 1 month plan.
Personal power.
Power. That's it. Personal power. And at this point, they're all out there for free. And the business model seems to be you put out content, and then that's your sales funnel to bring them in, and the money's all in the live shows.
Yeah, probably. But as I said, like all those books and those programs, they already cover what he covers in those events. So
Yeah, wow.
as such, there is nothing new except for one or two processes. For example, a Dickens process. If you really want that, you can get YouTube videos for those processes as well. It's a Dickens process, and 15 minutes priming exercise, which is I think they themselves have uploaded a 15-minute video of their entire priming exercise.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen. I don't see a problem. Look, if you want to, specifically Tony Robbins is known to put on a great show. If you want to go to a Tony Robbins rock star concert, and that's how you look at it, great.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I don't think you should be looking at it as like, oh, I'm going to get this huge ROI. Maybe you network with some interesting people who are also doing that. That's fine. What I like specifically with Tony Robbins, what I'm concerned about is that he wields this tremendous power over people. And I'm like, when is this dude going to take it too far? Could he look, because James Ray, he was hot. He was the hot stuff until he took it too far. Because those kinds of people just have power over people because they're so persuasive. They're so convincing. They've got all the lines, you got to push yourself. They have ways to manipulate you. And I really do think that if Tony Robbins wanted to go like take out the dark side, he could be like, jump off the cliff. And everyone, the seminar
but there's no money in that. The money's in keeping them alive and keeping them coming back.
I agree.
So Tony knows that. Whereas, James Ray went way too far. And honestly, when he was calling those people heroes, I think he literally has a program called the Hero. You're a hero now.
Ryan Shaw
so he's
says
like, no, they're heroes. They went to my hero program.
Tony's worth $600 billion?
Really?
No, of course not.
I mean,
ridiculous.
I find they're always leveraged, but you think that the top guy's not leveraged like that because everyone else always seems to be like leveraged. Like even with James Ray Arthur, right? We assume he's a millionaire. He was saying he's in debt because each dumbass show that he put on cost $600,000 or something like that. Like he in Enlighten Us, he says like my expenses every year were like $6 million before I could get before I could get anything. So when the company shuts down, it's like those expenses keep going for a while, and so he's saying he in the end doesn't even have any money. He's broke.
They're just all I just don't like the system of like it's just the endless upsell of success, right? That Tony Robbins, like you said, he's kind of already put out his ideas. It just is what it is. But he constantly keeps going like, well, if you want success, if you want more success, if you want and they're always having to put out new books. And it's like, no, you've said what your thing is. Why not just get the idea out there and move on? You're rich. You don't need to do anything.
Yeah, he lives for that
Actually,
weekend seminar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think these days, with the internet, all this digital media out there, people are kind of more inclined towards digital media rather than reading physical books. And probably that's the reason, they find these programs, insightful or enlightening. Because let's say if I hadn't read those books, I would have definitely found that program, interesting or at least enlightening.
Wow. So you're the person that goes to the Rolling Stones concert and they're playing new songs and you're like, hey, just play the classics. But you're actually saying he did play the classics. He's playing the classic hits. He's playing the Tony Robbins classic hits. There's a system to it. He's got a banger bit for each part. Nothing new. It's in the book. You saw it live. Yeah, I mean, that does make sense. See, that's why I would always go to a Joel Osteen. I'm not going to a Tony Robbins. If I'm going to go, I'm going to see Joel Osteen in Texas. Tell us what else. Anything else? Anything like sociopathic? Anything crazy? What was the volunteer situation like? Sorry if I missed that part, but like, was it all just volunteers working there? Because that's what I heard from some people who went over here. It's like they paid like 500 to 5,000 or 500 to 10,000. Oh yeah, if you can give us a price, and then they were saying, but then we go, not one person's getting paid. Everyone they talk to is like, oh, I'm volunteering.
Well, look, I mean, Amish, it says it right there, though, right?
Volunteers. Yeah. In fact, they have their join the crew program wherein they, as a token of gratitude, what they do is they just handle you a ticket of their show. So yeah.
As a token of gratitude, that's nice.
They're saying, hey, you set it up, you do the heavy lifting. We've got, you're gonna hurt your back lifting up Tony's stage. It's so heavy, it's so large. But as a token of gratitude, we are going to cover your cost to attend the event. Back row, fact, but yeah.
Yes, but the irony is you can only join the crew if you have already attended one of those events. For instance, if you want to, let's say, be a volunteer in Unleash the Power Within, you must have already attended it, by purchasing a ticket.
So there's integrity.
Goes with,
You're saying there's an integrity here. They don't just take some volunteer off the street. They say, did you take their class yet?
Yes. So if you want to volunteer in Date with Destiny, you must have already attended the $2,000 or let's say $4,000 program, and post that you can volunteer for free.
Wow. Well, by the way, it's part of the mentality is like, well, if you want to be rich, don't work for money.
Yeah.
I mean, like this is like part of the who's that guy? Robert Kiyosaki. He's like you should work for free. And that's how you get rich, is working for free.
Yeah.
So these guys are probably like, listen, we're not paying you because we want to teach you a lesson about how to make money. If we don't pay you, this will help you not make money or help you make money. If we pay you, you won't learn the lesson. So it's like, listen, we need these African-American actresses to fake an accent for free.
For free.
Teach them a lesson. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy how the logic on one end is if I don't make you pay, like when you're taking the class, like if I don't make you pay for it, you won't appreciate it.
Right.
But on the other end, they're willing to take you for free.
Well, yeah. You should tell them. Yeah. Hey, these actresses should be like, look, love to do it for free. Totally would. I believe in your mission, but if I do it for free, you won't appreciate it. They'd probably be like, wait. No, I totally appreciate it. And they'd be like, no, actually, I need to charge you $50,000. They're like, it's not worth that. Well, you're going to appreciate it.
Then you'll appreciate it more. Yeah.
So crazy, funny, man. Dude. That's really funny, dude.
Dude, great. You're so Aditya, thanks for coming on, dude. And the business that you're doing now, which is not Success Coach, thank God you're in marketing. This is the same business that Anand is doing. I guess it is. And you know what? This goes back to the thing of like, whether it's the cult leader or the marketing or the sales training curriculum, it's all the same curriculum. So it's almost like you go and learn some marketing. Like you just go learn general self-help stuff. And then you come over here and it's like, oh yeah, I'm a better speaker. I'm better, whatever. And that's good though, that you're in a business that I think is honest. I mean, Billie Jean is technically in the same business as you now, but whatever. He's, it's fine. I mean, look, it's a gray area, right? Like you're basically a consulting firm for marketing, like an online marketing firm, basically.
Not consulting, but we basically help create website content and
so you actually make the content.
This guy's he's a real person. He's a real person. Look, he did the Tony Robbins Firewalk. He didn't screw around. This man deserves your respect, Amish. And instead, you're on here. You invite him on. You trash him.
No.
It's insulting.
I said success. You got to mention Success Coach.
Yeah,
I had no choice, Aditya. I had to say something. I said Success Coach. Okay, who are you giving money to? Because you never know when these could turn into a scam rehab, and then it's like, are you still paying someone?
I know.
Hey, are you still paying someone?
Hey, we should put up a backstage for the drip. We're like, come on with the fire story, whatever, and then it's like compensation and unit contract details, and this is true, no pay.
Hey, this is a podcast from home.
And then we also put on there. If you can fake a story, that's even better. Listen, fake the story. We're trying to prove a point. Fake the story, no pay. Exposure. You like exposure? We'll give you exposure.
You're gonna get accused of this now.
Crazy, dude.
This is Hunter. Billie Jean's cutting this out and saying,
"No." To be clear, people want to come on the show. Yeah. This is like, hey, we're gonna make you do work. Like it's like if I was like, hey, come redo my floors, no pay.
Yeah.
It's like that's different. That's different from coming on a show and just like chatting. It's like not like Tony Robbins is inviting you on stage. He's like, let me use you in some commercial for some kind of like random thing.
Yeah.
To promote my product.
Yeah. It's a lot.
But I'm going to create a backstage. Yeah, guys, sign up at backstage. No pay. Just remember that. No pay. Don't you dare try to unionize. I'll shut it down right away. Nip that in the bud.
Hey, people, the community needs your stories of how you went and why you don't need to go. Right?
And
Someone's
also,
going to be thinking about going to this
how
shit.
to keep them poor, Amish.
How to keep them
You know
poor.
about this? You know about keeping them poor?
Let's see it.
Do the rich people cringe and say, don't tell them that, Rob?
Yes. Don't tell people.
Yes.
Keep them poor. Keep them poor. That's probably what Tony Robbins says. He's like, there's a secret. The secret of inner power. The rich people trying to keep you poor. Listen, we appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We're glad to have you. Thanks for being a member of the Coffeezilla Army. And we will talk to you soon, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you so much. Thank you
See
so
ya.
much.
Great talking. All right. Peace.
I'm a scammer. Gonna rip you off, take you down.